Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another Torchwood review. And today's Torchwood review is none other than Ghost Machine. The Torchwood team find themselves walking around Cardiff when all of a sudden some sort of rift activity begins to draw them into this kind of trance. They soon realise it's all because of some form of a device that was found, left, and abandoned in Cardiff. However, this machine works two ways. It can either show you something lost, or it can show you something very relevant and very dark. In the case of this story, we find ourselves in a situation in which Gwen finds herself looking at a lost boy who is scared and lost since the war, walking around Cardiff trying to find his mummy and daddy. As that he gets left at the train station, eventually he gets adopted by a family in Cardiff and is brought up into the world. However, Owen Harper gets the darker side of this device. Owen has to watch a murderer, a man who calls himself a bit of a Jack the Lad. He watches as he keeps hunting down a young girl named Susie, and then murders her in the bleak of night. It turns out that Susie was only supposed to be going home after the pair of them were out for the night, but her partner had other ideas, and he done this not only to Susie but to a number of other women, which begins to drive Owen Harper mad. Owen tries to go back to the place where it was happening to see if he can put pieces of the puzzle back together. However, when he realizes that this serial killer, this rapist, this Jacqueline, this murderer is still around, Owen has no other sense but to go and hunt this guy down and try and kill him in cold blood. After all, Torchwood are allowed to have firearms, so he tries to bring justice into his own hands. However, this doesn't work out great for Owen, as he finds himself in a brawl with the old man and realises that this monster has dementia. The Torchwood team have to try and coerce him round and remind Owen that this guy is suffering as it is. It's not nice what he's done, it's not nice who he is and how he acts as a person and how he has no remorse. But it's punishment enough that this dementia is killing and eating at him. Owen accepts this at the end of the episode, but he knows that in his own emotions, because of the overall strong emotions he's feeling from this ghost machine, he will never not feel absolutely remorseful and angry at what has occurred. Gwen points out that she did feel herself from the ghost machine a little bit lost and a little bit scared. Maybe she didn't feel angry, but she definitely felt lost and scared like the little boy at the train station. So what did I think of Ghost Machine? Honestly, I love this concept. Not only because it's a kind of get out of jail free card for Doctor Who to really immerse itself in the ghosts, but also because it kind of gives us this other edge to our kind of universe. This idea that what would happen and how would people mentally react if they could see incidents from the past. Say you could go back in time and watch Jack the Ripper. How would that make you feel? Say you could go back in time and watch Sweeney Todd do his murders. How would that make you feel? Or, on a more lighter note, how would you feel if you could go back in time and watch Alexandra Volta come up with a battery? How would you feel if you went back in time and saw Stevenson and all the other people involved in the steam train create their part that would build towards the modern train? It's about this kind of emotion with this story, and I feel like that's what makes it so strong. And for that reason, I give Ghost Machine a solid 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Torchwood review. Until then, goodbye, stay beautiful, you incredible, beautiful people.